Hi everyone, this is Shay and welcome back to Lace Point Resin. So a while ago I did a post on social media about this ombre charcuterie board. A lot of people were interested in it, so I wanted to make sure I did its own post on YouTube about it so you can see how I actually created it. It was super simple to do, super easy, not much pouring work had to be done. Just make sure I had the burgundy pigment on one side and did a bronze pour on the other. Didn't even have to do a base coat, so it went directly down on the wood. The wood is pretty thick, so I didn't have to worry about it seeping in or anything like that. So again, super simple. Now, one thing that I did have to keep in mind is to not touch the center of the board, the wood, the exposed wood portion, until it was time to actually mix. So make sure with your finger or a sticker or whatever you're using to cover the sides first, assuming that you want to do the sides, but cover the sides with your pigment, and then once you're done, blend in the centers to make the ombre effect like I'm doing now. I'm adding my crystals on now. This is quartz crystal and an amethyst. I am good for using an amethyst. I love amethyst. But how I'm having it stick is to use UV resin. Because these are on an angle and not actually flat onto the board, I needed to make sure that I stuck it down first before I used the long curing time resins. So I actually like using UV resin. Sometimes I'll use hot glue for the lighter stones. Hot glue works perfectly, but I also like using UV resin just to make sure that it really does stick for anything heavier. What I'm using for this part is just the regular long curing resin for the gems. No need to use UV resin for the smaller pieces. I happen to have burgundy glitter mica powder, so that's all this is. With mixing with like resin, the normal thing is if it was regular pigment, this just happens to be glitter mica powder that Eye Candy Pigments was trying to get rid of. If you do not have glitter mica powder, regular glitter works just fine. Just make sure that you don't put too much in or too little, because it'll either be super runny or so thick that it just won't move at all. But as you see, I messed up, so I wanted to change things and just wipe right off. If you are totally confused at what I'm trying to do, I just have these extra skinny quartz points that I wanted to add in there. And sometimes you don't have an actual spot where they fit, so I'm just trying to test out which spots can actually fit these different shapes of quartz points because the gems are underneath. So I'm just testing things out. But as you can see in the background, I used a hot glue for this. I didn't use a UV resin to put these down. So these are small enough, hot glue works just fine. So y'all, let me take a moment to tell you how I was flipping the freak out because this board is extra skinny and this cup is kind of wide. So I actually resined the cup to the board and I didn't know how I was gonna get this off. Like, I was having a whole fit and I wish I recorded me trying to get it off with my husband, but I was flipping out. Okay. Continue. As always, I'm sanding it down just to make sure my top coat grips pretty well. It's just an extra little added thing just to make sure everything is really holding on tight, but that's just alcohol that I'm rubbing on top of it just to get the sanding dust off. This is the final board. I'm really excited for this one. It turned out really cute. Please make sure you like and comment and subscribe so you know what I got going on next. See you next time. I would love for y'all to come visit me at lacepointresin.com. You will be able to contact me for commissions as well as find all of the artwork that's available for purchase. That includes gallery art, table and kitchen decor, the latest of my NFL series, crystals, and where I get my pigments. Or if you just want to get to know me, that's there too. You can also add your email to the Lace Point Collectors Club for updates.